EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this New Year's Day matchup.
It's the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson up here in the booth. Greg, we've looked at this matchup, talked about the offenses, the defense. It feels like a tight one, and usually what does that mean? Special teams could be a big factor in who gets out of here with the W.
Each week when we come into these games, Mike, we probably do a disservice to just the importance of how much special teams plays a factor in deciding the outcome of these games. And you're exactly right. When teams find themselves very similar on offense, very similar on defense, all the metrics, all the stats, can you find an advantage, even the slightest one, in the kicking game, the return game, generate a turnover or a big kick return? Sometimes that little slight advantage is all you need to tip the scales in your favor.
On the return, it's Chuba Hubbard. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. And this will be a Panthers first down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
On first down, it's right back to Hubbard. Whoa! They have found something on the ground. 16 more yards on that carry.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Another run here with Hubbard. And this time they are ready for it. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll go again with Hubbard. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down. Out of the shotgun, Young. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Young. That one complete. It's Ian Thomas. And he'll be taken down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Young hands it to Hubbard. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 10. Can the defense come up with the early stop here on 3rd and goal? Receiver in motion, going right. The play clock down to 0, and this not the best of sequences.
Still 3rd down.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. They'll motion over Thielen. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the second quarter have in store? And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Here's Eddie Pinheiro now, as the Panthers will try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Panthers will take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
Little unusual, Mike, here. The first time this offense finds themselves taking the field is this late in the opening half. But the good news, they only trail by 3. So despite that long opening drive, a touchdown here gives them a lead with halftime looming. No need to rush. No need to get outside of your initial game plan. Go out there, take your time. Just try to find a way to come away with points on your opening possession.
Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 2nd and 7. The motion man is Raymond. On 2nd down, Goff. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. Montgomery, first down, still going. 14 yards on the pickup there.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that third down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
1st and 10. One more time for Montgomery. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Williams in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on the blitz. Gets there, and he lost the football. The Panthers have it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Hubbard. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. To throw, Young. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble. And he's going to be taken down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. Throwing is Young. He pulls it in around the 5. Second and goal. Here's Young to throw. Good blocking, and he's in. Bryce Young, touchdown Carolina. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers are out to a 10-0 lead.
Lions nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense about ready to get going on their second possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's taken in by Khalif Raymond. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, here's Goff. This pass complete to Raymond. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Here's Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. To throw is Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll go play action with Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. There's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
He'll go right back to Laporta. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it, but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. It is caught left side by St. Brown. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he's in! David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. but it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Here's Michael Badgley for the point after. The kick is good. And the Lions are on the board. It's 10-7. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense going to take over just before the half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. It was Terrion Arnold there to make the play. So it is halftime here on New Year's Day, as we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
2nd down and 3. The motion man is Raymond. A 2nd down throw for Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Panthers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Tremble comes in motion. Young to throw on 1st and 10. This one to the tight end, Tremble. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Young going to give it to Brooks. And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll motion over Thielen. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on
Delay
top.
of game, offense. Still first down.
Shotgun snap, and they'll run. Here's Hubbard. He'll get maybe 4 there. It'll bring up 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Young. A throw there, caught by Leggett. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Here's a handoff to Hubbard. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Brian Branch in on the tackle. Second down and 8. Out of the shotgun, Young. Looking left side is tight end Tremble. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They hook up again. 2nd time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a first down. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the...
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Tommy Tremble. Touchdown, Panthers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now, Pinheiro to add on the extra point. It's up and through. The Panthers will get out in front 17-7.
Lions 7.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Detroit.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Goff to throw on 1st down. He finds Raymond for the completion. And he will score! Game on! Khalif Raymond, touchdown Detroit. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Here's Badgley for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Young. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Young. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. A run with Hubbard. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
First down, Carolina.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Give it up the middle to Brooks. And he'll work his way down to about the 41. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Hubbard. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. As the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he gets this to the 40. That's about a yard short of the 1st down, so we'll have 3rd down coming up.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 32 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown, Amon-Ra, gives the Lions a 1st down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Now, this looks like a design run. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here comes 2nd down. Now Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
The Panthers will take their 1st timeout. Here's a big one now from Michael Badgley. This to force overtime. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are almost certainly bound for overtime.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool, he's calm, he steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
Final seconds here, overtime looming on the horizon as they kick it off. This one will be taken in the end zone, no run back forthcoming, and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. 4 quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. To return is Hubbard. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Young. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flag for the sack.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Hubbard. He makes one man miss, but stop quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Third and long. Now a first throw here in overtime. This one intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell. And he is going to score. It's a shocking finish here in overtime. This game is over. So 3rd and long, trying to pick up a first down and keep a drive going. Instead, the worst result. It goes back the other way, Greg. And the defense scores with a pick 6.
Mike, sometimes there's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless. And I think you find yourself in 3rd and long. You're trying to make a play, but sometimes you just press a little too far. And this time, it leads to the turnover and the pick 6.
So it's a win here for the Lions. This game had a little bit of everything. Winds up going overtime, but it's their defense that comes up with the big play. They get the touchdown. And in a stunning finish, an instant classic, if you will, they get the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.